Capitol building, legislative building, and he just stormed it.
So that is an individual, 37-year-old Taylor Taranto of Seattle, Washington, as you can tell from the video, participating in the insurrection on January 6th. Well, why would we be talking about a particular insurrectionist this long after January 6th? Well, he popped up once again in the news, this time a fugitive being pursued by the Secret Service. See, Secret Service spotted him within blocks of the home of Barack Obama and his family. According to law enforcement, Taranto fled and Secret Service chased him. He was running toward the Obama home, but was apprehended before reaching it. Now that by itself isn't necessarily suspicious. People go near the home all the time. In this case, he had a van that was parked close to where he was arrested. There were multiple weapons in it and materials to make some kind of explosive device akin to a Molotov cocktail. It had not yet been assembled, according to law enforcement sources. He had said he had explosives, but first responders only found the materials to make them. According to senior law enforcement official, he'd apparently been in the Washington, D.C. area for a couple of months, seen camping out in his van near the D.C. jail where many of the January 6th defendants were being held. I guess he felt some sort of continued affiliation to them. Some of his live streams were apparently posted while he was in the D.C. area. Here is actually one of them. It's rough stuff, but take a look.
That's it. That's as far as you can get with the First Amendment. Get it? To Tony Podesta's house. And John Podesta. And we didn't get an interview, but that's a start, right? See how it works? First Amendment. You just say, First Amendment. I control the block. We got them surrounded.
Yeah, so look, wanting to go protest outside of the house of someone notable, Tony Podesta or whoever, is definitely a thing. And you can have debates about frustrations about First Amendment rights being curtailed. The issue is when you want to go way beyond First Amendment rights and you want to get into the area of violence. When you in particular continually come back to this slogan of got them surrounded. Actually, in the lead up to what just happened in the news, I think that's a bleat. I think that's on True Social, and it references a 2017 opinion piece by Phyllis Schlafly that Donald Trump posted that had had information allowing you to find where the Obamas lived. So I don't know if that's originally where this guy got that information, but he apparently was at least promoting that Trump had allowed you to know where the Obamas were. And look, again, like, you can be frustrated with Obama or any politician, but when you're stockpiling weapons and materials to make explosives and then camping outside of their house in a van and talking about having them surrounded, I think a lot of people are gonna have a problem with that. What do you think, Brett?
Yeah, I love this, like, he laments the First Amendment's protections, but I'm sure if anyone were to talk about, like, if someone comes onto your property, what are you allowed to do? You're allowed to put a bullet in them, like, though they don't understand the inherent hypocrisy in their position. No one does. No one likes admitting they're a hypocrite. That person just wants to feel awesome all the time. And that kind of menacing should be illegal. I don't think people should go to anyone's house. I think it's just the worst thing you can do. It's one of the worst. In that it's not actually the worst thing you can do, but it is a bad thing. You should not go to people's houses and stand outside. There's tons of things worse, but it's just like, it's not good. It's not helping your cause. You can disagree with me if you want, obviously, but I just think that in this situation, the focus needs to then go back to the people who are encouraging them. I think what this guy's doing is bad, and I think those who encourage him to do stuff like this are horrible. They're the truly evil people in this world, are the ones that know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly whom they're emboldening, and they know that their stated reason for doing it is different from their actual reason for doing it. In these situations, Trump and Marjorie Taylor Greene, their actual reason for telling you to go to someone's house is just, to have the craziest supporters do the craziest things. Not to make America better, not to make America great, not to make America safe, but just to menace the people that you determine to be your enemies, not because their policies are bad, but because they're a threat to your own power, which you will defend by sending your minions to people's house.
100%, yeah. He claimed in one of his live streams that he had a detonator. Like,
also, Molotov cocktail, you mean this guy had a van full of booze and rags and bottles?
Yeah, I don't know. Look, that's a good point. If he had detonators, then that goes beyond just booze and whatever. Again, like if he, imagine, if you will, he succeeds in burning down or shooting up the home of the Obamas. Whatever, I don't know if that's what the plan is. We will wait to see what happens with charges and all that. These are at this point allegations. There's some live streams and other pieces of evidence that seem to indicate it, but whatever. We're still at the early phases of this. If he had succeeded and he had literally murdered all of the Obamas, do you think that Fox would like be a full day of, oh my God, we've gone way too far. This is unacceptable. Like everybody needs to rethink the way they're talking about this. And like, we may disagree with these people, but obviously violence isn't acceptable. We've crossed a line we should never cross as a nation. Who the hell thinks that they would say anything like that? They would say, this what's his name? Taylor Taranto, probably trans activist, probably leftist, it's Antifa, blah, 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 conspiracy theory nonsense. There is no line we can cross that they will back off from their promotion of violence as a solution to their political problems, or at the very least a distraction from solutions to political problems.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.